From a long way away, I take risks. Swing round that corner, I can't miss. I can't go back, I can't switch. I can't go back, I can't switch. Coming up, coming up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Coming up, coming up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Coming up, coming up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Coming up, coming up. Ay, I ain't apologizing. I made a goal and I hit it. Whole lot of people was saying I never would do it, then I went and did it. I ain't been seeing no ceilings. I'm making use of each minute. You can't relate to that feeling. I don't expect you to get it. Take a look at what's around us. Believing in me, I'm the main one. How you think I'ma be humble when I walk around knowing this where I came from? I think I'm really the one. Telling myself, yeah, I know it. I might go give me a cape. Lately, I'm feeling heroic. I might go give me a Benz. Lately, I'm feeling the vibes. They used to tall my whips. Lately, I'm feeling alive. I'm on an Everest run. I'm going straight to the top. So far from where I begun. I think I'm never gonna stop. From a long way away, I'll take risks. Swing around that corner, I can't miss. I can't go back, I can't switch. I can't go back, I can't switch. Coming up, coming up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Здравейте, приятели, благодаря, че изчакахте. Малко преди да започна, това ще е интервю с Николай Грязин. Имате предвид, че това ще е запис, за да може да има субтитри. Решил съм да сложа субтитри, за да може по-лесно всеки да разбере какво си говорим с Николай. Така че, гледайте нашето интервю. Здравей, Николай! Надявам се, че чувстваш добре днес. How do you feel now?
Oh, yeah, I feel really nice.
I hope that you start the year very well.
Yes, we already made the development test with the Citroën, so we're expecting in the future new parts for the car, which will be making the car much more faster. So I'm quite excited of the year. So new car, new team, and for the moment, the feeling really nice.
So before going to this year, I want to a little bit to show to our Bulgarian fans your history a little bit. So you actually, your father Stanislav managed to win the national Russian rally championship. I'm correct? So yes. Is he the main person, and your brother also, that enroll you on the rally specifically?
Yes, it's correct. If no father will make the rally in the past, I think I will not be the rally driver also. So yeah, he started his career quite, I would say, in our sport is old age, but he achieved his maximum performance because he also drove in WRC championship and Toyota Corolla a few races. And after, when we start to grow up, my brother started to continue his kind of ambitions in the rally sport, but unfortunately due to the medical things he need to retire, and after was my decision to try. But first of all, I wanted to be more like circuit racer driver or maybe drift driver, but not really the rally driver, because for me the rally was quite scary sport, and I was more like home guy. I wanted to study more, to be like more in this direction. Also in the way of engineering, I like the technical parts, but I was never thinking that I might be the driver overall. So when I just tried first time the rally car, after I made the circuit racing like 1 or 2 years, and after the father gave me the possibility to try the rally, it was the R2 cars, the front wheel drive. And in the beginning it was just scary, but we still tried to make the one season in Latvia. And first races was difficult, especially I never hear the pace notes. I used to drive by eyes, but step by step I understand that after, when you go from the rally to the circuit racing, it's much more boring. It's different discipline. You need to work more on the precision and the small things, but the rally overall, it's the complex of everything, of the fast driving, of the relationship with the co-driver, with the team, the pace notes, and the main stuff. You need to be fast from the first pass.
So, as I understand, you actually you have built your desire to do rallying, and you have tried with the 2008 R2 few rallies, gravel rallies, and you have enjoyed all the rallying spectacle. So you actually have start your career at Latvian Rally Championship. Why Latvia?
Because my father was driven mostly of the time in Russia and Latvia, because in the past in Latvia was one of the biggest championships on the gravel and most powerful, because it's closer to the Russia this time, and we have the friends who were helping us with the car renting, and it was easier for me to start there, because in Latvia the gravel is quite safe. It's really fast, but it's sandy, and if you made the mistake, you can break the car to slow down the car quite easily. And also there's like some stages having like in a big field, so even if you made the mistake on the braking, you can go just on the grass and recover back. So it was quite good place to start with, to understand how the rally it is. But for sure the gravel in Latvia, it's like mostly like in the Baltic countries and Poland gravel. If you go more like in the south part, like in Spain or Portugal, or for example the Finland, it's completely different gravel. Because in Finland, if you start the career in Finland, it's more good maybe for the driving skills, but there's no option to make the mistake. If you go out in Finland, it's immediately some rolling, some tree. So I think this is one of the reasons, like logistics and the safety.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting that you have said to us. So in 2015, you have started with the Pedro, and I have noticed, I have through your data, that you have also made a rally with R5, your first R5 rally with the Skoda at Valais in Switzerland. How do you get to that, from gravel to asphalt or to tarmac, and tarmac with four-wheel drive? How that happened?
Just happens when the SRT team in Latvia bought the R5 car, the Skoda, and they asked me, because I have some experience on the tarmac from the circuit racing, so it was the decision to try the car. Not like we're not going there like, okay, we will do the proper season with the R5, just to try the car. On the tarmac was quite difficult, because first race on the rally, I think maybe yes, it was the first race on the tarmac with the R5. But it was nice experience. Also, first time I think was for me on the four-wheel drive. So it was just like experience for me to understand what is the fast car now, because we knew that if I continue to rally, I need one day to step up on this car. So it's better to understand how the car it works as soon as possible.
So you actually quite fast did you learn that after I see the statistics. In 2017, you officially started a campaign behind the Skoda Fabia R5. Your main focus was again Latvia and Estonian Championship. Already in your first season, you have managed to win a round of the European Rally Championship, and that is extremely at Rally Liepaja, which is quite a big deal. There you have beaten the current World Rally Champion, Kalle Rovanperä, with 18 seconds. What is the main challenge to rallies such as Liepaja and Poland? To make very precise notes, to be very brave, or the experience?
For Latvia, I think the main stuff is the brave, because, for example, when I drove against Kalle in Finland, he was every time faster. For sure, he drove all his childhood in Finland. He know the type of the roads, but the Finland are asking more precision, more telling from where you need to brake, what type of sliding you need to drive into the corner. But in Latvia, it's more about going big sideways, and to believe that you can go over speeding in the entry a lot, and not crashing. So this is also from the now I see that every time when we have on the rally fast section which are for brave, it's every time I feel more confident, and sometimes I'm doing the good speed there also. But more technical things, people start to be more closer. So the guy who are more skilled for the technical one, and normally they are winning. Only in Latvia, like in Poland also, I think technical side are important, but it's really important to be brave, because sometimes you, in this type of the surface like sandy gravel, you need just to believe and to push over your limits which you think it is.
This is the psychic, the mentally part, which is quite different on such rallies like fast ones, the gravel rallies. To be brave is like switching off everything else, or just driving and listen to pace notes. Is that like something like that? Could you explain a little bit what is your mindset on such rallies like fast gravels? Because I'm asking that because here in Bulgaria we don't have nothing close to that on gravel. We don't have gravel. It is interesting to us to know a little bit.
Sure, it's more about experience. When you drive the fast corners on the testing, a lot of times you start to understand the limit of the car, how to pass these corners, and anyway, before the start, like every driver we have some not scary, but you are nervous before the start, before the stage. But I think like if some drivers watching or some sportsmen, everyone knows when you start to do your deal, like driving or other sports, this adrenaline is coming so fast, and you don't feel this scare during the driving. So normally you need just to, the mentally mindset, I would say, you need just to accept that all this fear, nervosity, it's just natural. You just need to accept it. But when you will drive, you will feel it's completely different. Just if you take the notice a lot about how do you feel, how it's gonna be, it's just destructive for you. If you just relax, say, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but it's fine. I mean, it's running. It's not. It's like it's dangerous. Just do how you can, and when you drive and you get the experience, you just will go faster and faster without understanding, because it's everything coming from unconscious. Like sometimes after the stage you are not understand. You don't remember what you was thinking about. So it's just like you are in a kind of flow, I would say.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. So in 2019, your focus was WRC. So in your first year, you won the Rally Finland in your category. How big was the difference between competing on WRC level and events like other events that you have done? What was your first impressions on that? Is the level was high, or the cameras, or the fame?
No, this camera and fame for WRC2 is still, even now, it's nothing. I mean, when we're doing the ERC with the Eurosport, it was much more cameras, much more some media activity, and it was quite nice activity. Now in WRC, it's more about the P1 drivers. About WRC2, if you are in the top 3, okay, you have some media, but still it's really not disturbing. The main difference in WRC that you are like more tired, because all week you need to do something. You have like 2 or 3 days of recce, and the stage is really, really long. It's not like ERC, and not too much time to prepare for the videos. And after you have 3 days of rallying with the shakedown, and you know that everyone is fast there, so you start to push the nervous even more than small races. So just the main stuff, you need just to accept that WRC is the same race like any race. Just all the fast drivers come there, and you need to be more physical prepared and mentally prepared, because just of the lot of work. Sometimes you start from the 7 a.m. until the 9 p.m. doing the recce, and like 3 days like this, and after 4 days or 3 days of rally. And this was the big difference when we come to from the ERC.
Very interesting. So the interesting part for me here is because we have Bulgarian drivers, which are young drivers that are trying their way to the big league. So for starters, which championship is much better, the ERC or the WRC? Because of the media coverage or the rallies or the competition, this type of stuff. Could you please a little bit?
It depends of the what is the main goal of the driver. If he wants to come to WRC one day, now after all my career, because we never had any, like my father was the trainer, and but still, like he never been in a WRC team, like in a factory one, and he for sure he don't have this experience which the WRC drivers have. Now with my experience, I could say that as soon as you can come to WRC championship, even on the front wheel drive, it's better for knowledge, because you will adapt for these long races, you will adapt for this big distance, and mentally you will adapt. Also, for sure you will drive against the fast drivers, but for example, if we speak about the new drivers which just started the rally in Bulgaria, for example, I would not suggest to go immediately to WRC, because there's a quite expensive championship, and if you made a small mistake on the first day, you retire it, or if it's a big crash and you just lost a lot of money. For example, when somebody asks me what to do, how to start, if you have some budget, if you need, first of all, you need to build the skills and the pace notes. For example, if you go for the tarmac, I suggest every time the Italy championship. You just take the Rally 4 car, this front wheel drive, and try to beat the Italians people there on the tarmac. The main difficulty that the mostly Italians are know the stages, because they are like, okay, we have 2 passes only on the stage, but like mostly of them are doing 10 times or even more. It's not like the problem, but it's kind of specific for the Italy, because nobody really checking who is doing the recce before or after, and etc. So if you can be the same fast with them as they are, so it means you are first of all good on the tarmac, and second, you are good with the pace notes, because each time the people who are not Italians are able to drive fast in the same roads, in like legally doing the recce, then it means he's like really good guy. For the gravel, also the Finland I will suggest, because there's winter and like a lot of races in winter, a lot of races in summertime, and also if you are having the good pace notes, you can come there to train first of all, because it's not easy to ride this type of the gravel. And also with a Rally 2 car, like front wheel drive, you can make some skills. And if you can fight with the Finnish drivers, it means you're also good on the gravel. So my idea, you need to take the championship with the fastest driver on these conditions. So for tarmac, it's Italy, also France, but Italy a little bit more helping, because there's more twisty roads. Mm-hmm. For France, I know there's few races which are really, really strong to go, but it's a different topic, I think. And also this like Portugal, or I think the Portugal championship of the gravel is quite good, because the Portugal gravel is different from the Finland. It's more slow gravel, and mostly of the championship in WRC we have this slow type of gravel, not like Finland. Finland just make you are better with the pace notes and with the controlling of the car, but the Portugal championship will make you better for this working on the slow corners, which are quite often in championship.
Very good, very good. This is quite similar, like that have made Kale for its beginning, like he was pushing for the Italian championship, and when the moment that they saw that he has a pace, so he quite fast up his game. So you mentioned also factory teams. In 2020, you actually ditched the Skoda, if I can say that, and go driving with Hyundai. Was that a factory deal of some kind?
Yes, it was the kind of factory. It's not like officially it was factory team, but it was the Estonian team who was responsible for the factory cars. Okay, it was the half of the year, but I will be true. It's not the best our experience, because it's like the factory, but there's more complicated stuff. I mean, was easy to make some fast changings, and the car overall was not really good enough, to be honest. So we were quite happy that Andrea Adama invited us to drive in the factory team, and we were really happy, and still we are good friends with him. But I have no experience enough to adapt for this car this time, because when I tried this car, I say, okay, it seems to be fine, but for sure when you start to drive and see there's some negatives, there's like the big job need to be done. And I mean, if I would be now in the same situation, I will make like different dampers for my driving style, like to set up the car different way. But there I was just more like, give me the car and I will drive. And after the Skoda, I understand that for the Hyundai I'm not able to adapt that fast. Now it's different. Now it's more skills and understanding from the technical side how to work with the car. So yeah, it was the factory moment, but the COVID ruined the whole season, and maybe if it will not be the COVID, I will be able to adapt the car and to drive like faster. But from my side, I was not happy with the season, because just no pace from my side, not confidence with the car. Also with the team was not really in a good relationship. So a lot of things was different, but anyway, it was really nice experience. We made new friends and understand how it works from the factory, like how you need to communicate with the factory. It's not like it's not like the local team which you can come to the office and say, hey, let's do like this. You need just to know how politically to speak with everyone.
That is very interesting that you have said to me. You actually answer a few questions that I have on that side. So the basic thing that I want also to cover on the Hyundai experience, was the i20 R5 like competitive enough to challenge at that time the Fabia or the Fiesta, or was your lack of experience with that type of car?
I think first of all, yes, for sure, it's my lack of the experience how to drive the different car, because I was so used to drive the Skoda. And from the engine side, the Hyundai was really strong, but just, the small things from the suspension need to be adjusted, a little bit changed. But I mean, I just didn't know how to do it. So if I would be now, normally if to change the dampers in little setup, the car could be really competitive. Also, you can see the Jari Huttunen on the Hyundai was really fast, because he changed these parts, which was quite a weak point on the car. And with this engine, and if you change the things, you can win, like Jari was doing on the Hyundai.
So actually, that year when you start driving the Hyundai, you have won the National Latvian Championship. So it's some kind of okay experience for you, maybe, for the Latvian Championship. So
no, I will say no, because the Latvian Championship this year was shortened, and there was not really fast drivers to drive against. We won one small race, as I remember, and Rally Liepāja in ERC was like counting for like 2 races. And one race we crashed, and one race we won. So we won like 2 of the 3, like 2 of the 4 races, because we didn't drive the winter one. And from the points, somehow we was the champions of the Latvia. But for me, it's like nothing, because I like the Latvia, but to win the championship when nobody is driving, it's
boring.
A joke.
So that year also you have started working with Konstantin Alexandrov. How did you met? How did you click on the first of all?
He was my assistant when we were doing with my previous co-driver. So he was assist to my co-driver, that some moments if we need to adjust. Also, when it was allowed in the small races, he was helping with the gravel crew stuff. And after when COVID started, my co-driver was at home. He was in the middle of the Russia. He lived there, so it was a little bit complicated to him to come because he has the child. He just had the child, small child, and was not easy to come for him to Latvia, where I live now. And also, like for Konstantin, it was difficult because it was closed the borders. But Konstantin tried to go somehow to Latvia, and he was like praying to the border guys that he needs to come because like the whole rally world in under the dangerous without him. I don't know how, but they believe, and because the rules was not clear enough. You can come in the other countries, but if you have some reason to go there. So he was able to pass, and when he arrived to Latvia, normally I was planning to do with him like small races, but after waiting for my main co-driver to come. But when I started to work with the Konstantin, we started to work first of all in my house. We were doing each day the simulator trainings in Richard Burns Rally. He was doing the pace note for me because in the past he drove only the R1 cars, like Lada Kalina, really slow. And now he needs to drive R5. So we were preparing really like 1 month only at home with the pace notes. And after we started to do the small races, and even in the beginning was small mistakes from him, but just I saw the passion from his side, motivation, and I just decided to switch between him and my ex-co-driver.
Very, very interesting. Thank you for that information. So back on the cars, in 2021 you have changed from Hyundai to Volkswagen. You have passed from the same factory to again to your team, as I presume. So what was the decision about to compete with Volkswagen? Also, what was the difference on that car compared to the Fabia or the Hyundai?
I don't remember why it was decision to switch for Volkswagen. I think just the car was really, really fast from every driver who drove it, and from the results, the car was really fast. After I tested, I also was happy because it's the main difference from Volkswagen against any other cars. It's so easy to drive. It's like it feels like you are not driving the car, like you are not sitting in the car and drive, adapting for the car. It's like the car repeating what you are thinking, and this was much more easier. For example, when it's slippery, the car is really still. I think it's one of the best for the slippery conditions, but it starts to be old car. I think it's still fast, but now the cars are. I think it can beat this car. But that time it was something really new, and on 2021 we increased the pace a lot. But it's like the coin with the two sides, because from one side you start to be fast and people see that you can be really, really fast in this car. But from the other hand, this car it's like, I don't want to promote the car, but it's giving you so much information and make you so easy to drive that when you will go in another car, which you need to adapt a little bit, you will struggle the first time, because this is what happened after the Volkswagen when I was really fast on each races. Okay, we didn't really win because we have a lot of technical issues with this car, but when we were switching back to the Skoda, you need to adapt for the car, and we switched to the Skoda in the team and Talksport, where was a lot of fast drivers, and you start not to be that fast like you were in the Polo, and here it starts to struggle. So you need to again to adjust the pace notes. You need to adjust your skills to understand how to be fast on other cars. So from one side, yeah, the Polo was a good decision to see how the good car should drive, to understand what is the reference, what you need to achieve from the car. But from the other hand, it's make you to relax, because you start to believe that you are like you're not like superstar, but you are start to be fast, and you think, oh, okay, I'm just second year in the WRC, but I can fight with the WRC drivers. Yeah, but the car was really helping for this. So
So you have openness under the hood, because this is type of stuff that we don't have like information on that. So in 2020, 22 exactly, you have started working with Talksport and changed for the Skoda. They actually an official some kind of backend from Skoda Motorsport. But how did you start work with them actually? When you decide to work with Talksport, or what was the main reason to start to work with them?
The main reason was from the price side that it was good price, and also a lot of fast drivers that you can compare with. So also the factory support of the team is not the factory support for the driver. Like it was not. I was not the factory driver for the Skoda, never. Not last year, not the previous years. And we never have the help from them because of the other things, but it was helping the team. So we have all the new things, we have some data, so it was helped a lot for me to be faster, because when you are driving alone, you think, okay, I'm fast on the test, the car seems to be okay, but maybe you are completely in the other direction of the setup wise, and if you will change this, maybe you can be much faster. So when you have the team with the fast drivers, it's more easier to find the limit, because you see that other driver, if it's faster, so you can copy his setup, you can see how he drives, what is the changings, what is the difference. So it's helped a lot this year. Like 2022 was the most productive, I think, for myself, from the driving side, from the technical side, because you start to see not only one way of the driving, but also like 5 ways.
So do you have exchanged some information, for example, with Andrea Mikkelsen, or just compare? You always was comparing like him and the other guys that you're driving at Talksport?
Mostly of the time I just checking the data, the videos, if they are allowed to watch, because during the rally for sure nobody allow, because it's like we are in competition, so everyone wants to be with their secrets. It's normal, but also you need to know when to ask something, because sometimes you ask the Andreas about the feeling, he can say, the car is so bad, or I don't like, but he is super fast. And after you ask him, and he say, no, it was good. So in WRC, I would say it's not a lot of drivers who will be straight with you, and it's normal, because you're in a competitive way, you're fighting for the place in WRC car in the future, so it's normal. It's like it's fight, and nobody should tell you the truth. But it's like when I started to drive in WRC, I felt immediately that nobody is telling the truth. In ERC was more friendly drivers around, because like I don't know why, but it was just friendly.
Maybe there's some in the ERC more local drivers, more like self-paid drivers like that. So to the Talksport side, in Bulgaria we know that the Talksport rely on Bulgarian mechanics. So what was your relation with the mechanics? How was the team spirit? How was working with them?
The mostly in my crew, because we have the fixed mechanics during the season. The mostly of them was Bulgarian, and also Spanish. So the relation, I visited Bulgaria like from 14 years old. So I cannot say I know the language perfectly. I really bad in learning the language, but I know the culture, I know the people, and especially with when we were doing with the mechanics, it's so easy, because it feels like they are the same. I mean, we understand the jokes. It's if correct, like the Slavic people, we feel the same.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Thank you for the information. So you're then starting to fight very well with the WRC2, but what do you think that is needing the WRC2 to improve? So because you're now reading that the promoter is trying to change something about the WRC, etc., but the WRC2 is lacking of something. What is the main lack of that championship?
I think the main the lacking of the media support. I think it will change a lot because everyone knows about the WRC1 drivers, but in WRC2 they're not really promoting. And if you want how to be the WRC1 driver, you need the money to drive in WRC2, to people to see you that you are really fast. But how you get the money if there's no media supporting? You just need to do the media from your side. And the motorsports overall is not popular, especially the rally. It's like completely not popular against the Formula One. And how we need to make the promotion ourselves to get the money from the sponsors, it's like mostly not possible. Even for WRC1 drivers, it's quite difficult if you're not the world champion, for example. So this is I think mostly yes, the promoting for the WRC2 championship class and also WRC3 juniors is not high enough. So you need to spend your money for your media. It will help more. But from the promoting, maybe from the fee, it will be nice if one day we will have like something more easier. I mean, also understandable steps, because if you win the WRC2 championship, it not means you go to WRC1. Mostly of the time it means nothing. Like Johan Russell was winning the championship, but he is still driving in WRC2, but his pace are able to be in WRC1, but he is not there because there's the money side, the connection side. So maybe it will be will be nice if the WRC1 and WRC2 will be kind of like the same cars with different specs, but more cheaper, because with the hybrid now you cannot even go there like a private for your money. And also for the factory teams, maybe more difficult to make the more cars. And it will be nice if it will be like one class or like separated class, but not without big difference. And the other factories can come, manufacturers can come to build the rally cars.
So back again in WRC 2. In last season, because now we have few days until start of the Monte Carlo. Last year, Monte Carlo was quite a challenge for you. You actually started the day from the first day kicking ass, if I can use that word. After the second day, you actually had 40 seconds an advantage from people like Johan Rosseo and Stefan Lefebvre, which are very good tarmac drivers. How did you feel at that point when you have finished the day and you see that you have like 40 seconds in advantage from those guys? How did you click? What happened actually?
To be honest, when second day it was Saturday. Saturday is like first day. It was the mixed feeling, because from one side we were leading with the big gap, but in one place I just cut like the previous pass, but somehow get the puncture, and this made me really sad because okay, we finished still on the first, but I just lost a lot of time, and I started to like really angry that the tires are so easy to puncture, and maybe from my side I should go a little bit slower. But I found a good setup for the car in these conditions, because it was like every time dry or some damp, but never snow. So my setup was for the good grip, and I think this is why I was really fast from the beginning, because I was not expecting the slippery conditions. And I was a little bit nervous after the Saturday, because I understand that all my big advantage, which I can relax on for the Sunday, is not enough. I mean, not enough. It's no time for relaxing. And the problem that Sunday was super twisty roads, and the Skoda is not really strong on the twisty. It's really nice on the fast sections, but when it's twisty, the Citroen, for example, is much faster from my point of view. And I was trying to run out from the Yuan, but he was like catching me, and I was doing my best, and nothing can really do, because the Luceram stage is super narrow, super twisty, and no place for the mistake. So we were struggle also. And yeah, after you know the story that they catch me for the small cut, but I decided to small cut there because otherwise you need to drive on the gravel. So during the night you don't see also these things. But okay,
so
happens.
That was my next question. How did you find out that you have cut a corner? There are like hundreds of corners. How did you how that happened actually?
Normally it was discussed before the race. There was one corner which they was discussed that this corner like can be cut. It was on the debriefing before the race. They say normally not, but there was the question if they're possible to put some anti-cuts because it's so easy to cut there. They say okay, we will think. The FIA says maybe they will put, maybe not. So, okay, but on the first pass was okay. We pass on the road, and the second pass it was so much dirt, so you don't see the road properly, and the line was also on this deep cut because also WC drivers were cutting, but from the FIA rules, only people will be penalized if somebody made a protest on him. Mm-hmm. So this place was not. It was not like everyone who are cutted penalized. Only penalized the guy who made who was made it for this paper. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say now like the bad things because now I'm in Citroën, but the Citroën made it. They have the people there who was making the film of it, mm-hmm. and they knew that somebody will cut, and I didn't know that it will be so strict, and they made the video, and after race immediately was the protest on me. But if to be honest, after I understand why they did it, and I have no negatives to them because I know why they did it, and to be honest, on the side of the Citroën, maybe I will do the same because. In Rally Ypres, if you remember, when Mikkelsen was second and the first one was Lefebvre. Lefebvre was with big gap winning in 2022, and after the race, I don't know who made it, the Skoda or Andres himself or the Talksport, but there was decision to go, and they also put the people, the team, to make the video of this cut when Lefebvre made 2 cuts for 2 passes, like deep cuts, and they go and put the protest on him, and Lefebvre get the 10 seconds penalty. But it's obvious if the Lefebvre faster by 40 seconds, and you know from the rules if you win the protest it will be 10 seconds. Why you need to put the protest? So they made the protest and still not win the rally, but made the other people like made the Citroën be angry, and in Monte Carlo it was kind of revenge. Not for they don't want to revenge on me. It was the revenge for the for Andreas or for the Skoda or for the Talksport. I don't know who was trying to do this in the Ypres, but I mean I was the kind of small piece in this big war. So
you was the middle of the fire.
Really... Yes, exactly. So this is quite. I cannot say I know it, but it's my analysis from the past. I didn't know what was the really thoughts from the people who was doing the decisions, but it looks like this. If you also check how it was in the Ypres and after happens this, looks like it was just the revenge, and I was in the wrong place. If it will be other driver, not me, it will be done. I mean, from our team, it will be the same, I think. So, but mm-hmm. I mean, I understand the position of the Citroën when they penalize me. So I'm disappointed, but sometimes if you put yourself on their position, you can understand that. Yeah, maybe you will do the same when you are angry with someone.
So it was part of the game, actually.
Yes, I would say yes, but I am not accept this game. I don't like how it goes now, because now with some of the drivers, like in circuit racing, you need to be sure that you are not made the mistake here, or for example, like it was in Portugal, it was like the promoter says that we can go in a Lausada stage to wave to the crowd, but in FIA rules it's strictly forbidden to do this kind of stuff. But they say, okay, you can wave to the people. Okay, I decide not to do it. The Oliver Solberg decided to make the donuts because it's nice. I mean, it's show, and why not? It's a rallycross stage after the finish, until you go to the stop area. I mean, the people looking, there's like 1,000, 2,000 people, even more maybe. And you do the donuts, the people are happy. And after he get the 1 minute penalty. But normally from the rules, it's 5 minutes penalty. And I don't understand. Okay, maybe from the safety side, but sometimes they are so strict in some ways. Sometimes not constantly, like with the cuts. They can penalize one driver, but the other drivers not because of what? I mean, there's a lot of things which for sure would be nice to change, but the main the racing is the racing. We can cheat on the small cuts, for example, but then let's take the obviously how much you win on the small cut. Maybe second, okay, but maybe you're not winning because there is no option. Because when I cut this corner in the video, which was in Monte Carlo, I have puncture already. So also, come on, if you have the puncture, you already lose a lot of time. So what is the sense to penalize? But I mean, I drove the circuit racing in Russia, and it's the main problem there that if you win the race, it's not over. It's over when after the paperwork's done. But after the race, it's like these papers for the protest of each driver. And I'm afraid that sometimes in rally we have the same. And for me, the rally is the why I decided to use the rally. It's a sport where you drive alone, you're not in contact with the other drivers, and it's just the man sport. So if you are fast on the stage, you are fast on the stage. How you made it? It's your advantage. If you find some things to be faster than others, so let them to find the same way. For sure, if you like make the boost more somehow or something like this, it should be penalized. But this is FIA doing good. But I mean, okay, the small cut, but not only about this, but sometimes I have some stories, maybe not here, but sometimes it's just too much strict from the. I mean, we need to.
Yes, I understand you. That is a topic that not only you, but a lot of drivers are commenting on that. So let's go on now to days. So Citroen Racing actually have announced that you're driving with them. How did it happen that? So Citroen Racing call you, you have tested the car, and after that, or how your relation with Citroen has started?
Just after the Monte Carlo, we have some. We still before Monte Carlo, we have the relationships with DR Clermont, and after Monte Carlo, we start also to speak sometimes with them, and like during the year we were closer and closer, and in the end of the year they invite me to try the car on the tarmac and gravel, and I tried on the tarmac and the gravel. I was really happy with the car. But still, I don't know about the next year, and we go to Japan, and in Japan we have a lot of offers from different teams, and in one moment when the offer from Citroen arrives, just everything what they offer and how it's gonna be and etc. It was really like not even. I will not say like. I don't know how to say properly. I really liked the approach of them, because it was like they invited the proper preparation, like proper like factory team. Because I saw that when I drove the small races even before the new year, I saw that there's like you feel the passion from the team and from the factory, because now it feels like the factory came back to help to develop the car. And I think this is like the passion of the team, of the people around in the Citroen made me to change it. I mean, not to change, to decide them, because in the factory it's quite also brave step for them from the media side. So I also respect a lot of this for them, and I mean also, but for sure, main the reason the car is good. So if the car is good, also it's important to choose this.
Yes, I'm very thankfully that you have stepped up with Citroën. I hope that you do this season very well and step up the fight a little better. So the main thing, so Citroën, like they're developing not developing the car a few years. So now so you have told me that the factory is more like connected with the car, with the program. So that means that you have also this year to develop the car.
We already start to work. I was now in development tests. So, but I would say they all the years are developing. It's not like they're not developing the car, because they have the different philosophies. They're not changing the car. They have this C3, and they producing the jokers for the car. They're not trying to change the car fully, because when you change the car, you need to make the kinematic of the suspension. Everything you need to be done from the scratch, almost from the paper back to the body shell, and drive test on each conditions. Now the car is understandable for them. They know the good points, they know some weak points. Like mostly there's no weak points anymore, because the car are investigated for many years, and now they are creating the new jokers to make the car even faster to compete with the new cars which will arrive. So now they like start to work even harder, but they never stop to work.
So I'm going a little bit of the Bulgarian part of you. So a little bit to talk about your relationship with Bulgaria. What is the main reason to drive with license from Bulgaria?
The main reason just because I have the citizenship in Bulgaria from the childhood, and because of some moments from organizations of the other rallies, it's just from paper side, it's more easier for me.
Mm-hmm. So you actually have lived in Bulgaria, or you have a house or like that in Varna, as I know?
Yeah. Yes, in Varna I sometimes go there. We have the flat with the family, so sometimes I come there. Also in Golden Zoltые Пески, I also come for the holidays.
So for the holidays you're in Varna. We were not that.
when I have it, because it's quite not often to have the holidays in rally, unfortunately.
So that is very interesting. So I have a little bit of questions from the fans. They're not a lot, but a few, and a little bit some spice in there because of the politics now, you know. The one of them is many people wonder if there will be Bulgarian flag on the windows of your car, for example.
It will be on my side, yes. On the co-drivers, not yet.
Okay, so Svetoslav Georgiev have asked you, are you thinking of participating in the Bulgarian Rally Championship? Is there...
We are under discussion. For sure, it will be not possible the full championship, but we are under discussion to do some races.
Ivailo Ivanov, his quite spicy question: would you wave the Bulgarian flag if you won, and what are your goals for the season?
From the rules, if we won, for example, it will be the Bulgarian hymn, like from the rules. So it depends of the citizenship which you are using on the WRC. But to care something inside the car, it's from the rules. I'm not sure it's allowed, and also extra weight. We are more about performance side. We don't take even the extra paper if we need during the road section.
Okay, so let's hope to listen the Bulgarian anthem then. What are your goals for this season? Is asking again Ivailo.
The same as usual, to be fast to enjoy the driving and to win for sure.
On the
It's not about the driving for. It's not the driving for the just to drive. It's just the competition you want to win is only the target.
So on the races or the events that you will do in Davos with you too, could you please give us some hint which will be the day?
I will tell straight. We have all European rounds, even the Sweden, not Kenya, maybe Chile. We are also discussing this one, and maybe Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Japan, I would like to go because I think the Citroen in Japan should be really, really strong. So it depends from the budget side. If we get some support from the sponsors and etc. But for sure, the European rounds we will do normally all.
Okay. So another question is from my part. What is the difference from people from Europe to drive to countries like Chile or Japan? Is it quite a bigger difference on the sporting and also the people side to compete on those kind of events comparing to Europe?
If you say about the spectators, organization,
organization, feeling, people.
It depends. For example, in Mexico, it's quite difficult for the drivers because you every time in the kind of mountain desert, and not easy to find sometimes the food. But if you know the places, it's not a problem. But for example, Chile, and also I hear from the friends the Argentina is when I saw the Chile, how much people on the stages and how much it's supporting. It's kind of rock festival. I never saw any race in Europe that much people in like in Chile. It's like huge, a lot of people, and it's for them it's big holidays. And the ramp which they made for Chile also was like the rock concert. It was the fireworks. The people are shouting. You come on the ramp and you don't see. Okay, it's lights on your face, but a lot of people. And this moment, first time I felt like a little bit uncomfortable because too much people, and I feel like I'm on the scene and I need to do something. Because normally when you're in WRC, you're with the cameras or there's not too much people. So this is really was crazy. I mean, how the passion of the people on the Chile, it was different. Kenya, I don't know. It seems like typical African country with difficult roads and their culture, but I don't know how from the passion of the people there. I don't know, to be honest. But Japan, I really enjoyed. I just enjoyed the country, how it's people are nice. It's not really. I didn't saw too much people on the stages in Japan, but on the road section, it seems like every people from Japan come on the road sections. You see 1,000 people on the road sections with the flags. They wave to you, but on the stage now. And but maybe it's because it's in the forest, in mountains, maybe just difficult to access. If it will be open area, maybe it will be more spectators in Japan. But also in Japan, I think the most rules following people, because sometimes on the road nobody are speeding. You drive really, really slow, and normally it's straight, and this was a little bit difficult for the beginning because you need to be the same. Everyone is really respect rules. It's the same in Europe, but still people can be a little bit faster, change, break the rules a little bit. I mean, the small rules for sure, but this is the big difference compared with for example, Chile and Japan. But I think this year was really enjoying to be there, to be honest. Different culture, and it's nice.
So that was my last question. So приятели, това беше Николай Грязин. Радвам се, че той ни разреши и така ни сподели с нас информация, която имаше да ни казва. Ще се видим и скоро.